The content of this meeting is being sent to a third party. Got it. Setting up your meeting in YouTube. So yeah, so I'm streaming on YouTube, streaming on IG, and then we are going live. Let's see. Dismiss, and then hopefully. All right. All right, back. So welcome to Abundance Church. Actually, Mina, I'm gonna put you as a co-host. So as people are coming in, you could let them in, please.
All right.
All right. And then let us spotlight me for everybody. All right. All right, y'all. All right, cool. All right, so welcome to Abundance Church. Every Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every week we talk about a topic that relates to spirituality, finances. So our goal at the Abundance community is to help you live in abundance fast. And what that means is FAST is an acronym. We help you live in abundance financially, authentically, spiritually, and transformationally. And we do that through combining ancient spiritual texts like the Bible, like the Quran, like the Torah, as well as the law of attraction, in order to help you live in abundance. And today's message, so for those who are viewing, whether you're viewing on Instagram, whether you're watching on YouTube, this is a sneak peek. This is exclusive for our Abundance community members. And so you can also join us at the Abundance community at www.abundancecommunity.org. And you can have access to not only the Abundance Church, but on Mondays, we have Mindset Mondays with myself. On Tuesdays, we have Get Right Tuesdays. We also on Wednesdays, we have Winning Wednesdays. On Thursdays, we have Talk Back Thursdays. On Friday, we have Fearless Friday. And on Saturday, we have Saturday Sermon, aka Abundance Church. Again, you can join by going to www.abundancecommunity.org. Okay, bet. So today we're talking about harmony and hustle, trusting divine guidance in our pursuit of balance. After the sermon goes off, those that are in the abundance community, so we have a group of people right now inside of our Zoom who are actually interacting with us. They get to ask me questions afterwards. And then unfortunately, for those on IG and YouTube, I'm going to cut it off. But again, if this resonates with your heart, you can always join us. All right. So harmony and hustle, trusting divine guidance in our pursuit of balance. And so, in our constant pursuit of success, fulfillment, we often find ourselves caught between this relentless drive to work hard and a spiritual call to trust our higher power, right? So it's almost like it's this dilemma where we're being like, if you're focused, or if you're attached, or if you are spiritually inclined, there's this part of you that is like, yo, I need to stay connected to God, right? But then there's this other part that says, right, we have a Bible verse. Oh, faith without work is dead. And so, yes, have faith, but I also have to put in work. I also have to go hard, right? And so we have this relentless drive, like, yo, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna work hard. But then we also have the spiritual call that says, yo, just trust the universe, right? Trust in its higher power. And so what I wanted to do today is I wanted to explore sort of like this equilibrium between being diligent and then also, trusting God, right? Having this divine trust, and this balance that allows us to live life to our fullest, right? And so we're like I said, we're gonna be drawing wisdom from the Bible. We're gonna be drawing wisdom from the Quran. We're gonna be drawing wisdom from the Torah and principles of law of attraction, really just to understand how is it that we can harmonize our hustle, right, with guidance from the Most High God, right? And so I'll start with the Bible, right? I'll start with the Bible, and in Proverbs 16 verses 3, it says, Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he shall establish your plans, right? So understand that, right? Proverbs 16 verse 3 says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, right? Not commit to the Lord in some of the things that you do, right? Like not commit to God in some of the things that you do, but commit to God in whatever you do. And if you commit to God, right? If you commit to God in whatever you do, he will establish your plans. So it almost feels like backwards, if you will, that a lot of times we're the ones who are creating these plans. We're the ones that's hustling. We're the ones trying to figure things out. And then we're going to ask God to bless something that we came up with first. Right? Like that's almost that, like not even almost, that's like hustling backwards. That's like saying, I'm gonna get myself into this mess, and then I'm gonna call this power to help me clean up the mess, opposed to saying to myself, you know what? I'm not even gonna get into a mess, right? Like I'm not even gonna get into a mess. I'm actually going to before I even start anything, I'm gonna commit to God, right? So commit to God, commit to the Lord, whatever you do, and he shall establish your plans, right? And so this verse is encouraging us to blend our efforts with faith, right? Reminding us that when we entrust our actions to God, our paths become clearer and our burdens become lighter, right? When you start asking yourself, like, why is it that every time I start this business, there's unnecessary struggle? Why is this thing failing? Why is this not going according to plan? Right? Like every time we ask ourselves that, the one thing I want you to ask yourself is, whose plan is it? Right? Whose plan is it? Right? Did you commit? Did you pray? Did you meditate? Did you quiet out the noise? Are you listening? Right? Because especially now in this state of social media, where it's easy to get caught up in what other people are doing, right? Somebody else prayed. Somebody else, asked for guidance. God gave them guidance. And because God gave them guidance, what they're working on is working. And instead of asking for guidance from the source that they got their guidance from, oh, well, that's good, right? Instead of asking for guidance from the source in which they got their guidance from, you're watching them, or you're getting guidance from them, and then they're telling you which direction to go when they're just giving you scraps of what is actually the real way to go, which is committing to God, which is committed to God. Right. In the Quran, Surah Al Imran 3 ayat 160 states, if Allah helps you, none can overcome you. And if he forsakes you, who is there after him that can help you? Right. And in Allah alone, right, let believers put their trust. Right. So what is it saying? Right. If God helps you, right? If God helps you, then nobody else can overcome you, right? And if we connect this back to Proverbs 16 verses 3, it says, right, commit to God whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. So guess what? If you commit to God in whatever you do, and God is the one establishing your plan, does that mean God is helping you? Right? If you commit to God in whatever you do, and God will establish your plans, does that mean God is helping you? Absolutely. And so in the Quran, it says, if God helps you, right? If God is helping you, no one can overcome you. And if God forsakes you, who is there after him that can help you? Right? And in God alone, let believers put their trust. And so a lot of us we're trusting in online gurus. We're trusting Amazon. We're trusting Google. We're trusting the media, right? We're trusting all these things. We're trusting, trends. Oh, the trend says this thing is going to happen. So we're trusting that. We're allowing the media, we're allowing gurus, we're allowing all these things to help us, right? To help us, not realizing that we have to go to the source first, right? Am I saying don't go to gurus? Am I saying don't go to media? Am I saying don't go to, find mentorship? Absolutely not. What I am saying though is don't go to a guru, don't go to to the media, don't go to trends to set up the plan. Once the plan is set, once God has spoken to you and say, yo, this is what you need to do, then obviously, Google's gonna help. Mentorship's gonna help. There are things that are here to help you in your plans, but who set up the plan for you? Were you quiet? Were you meditating? Were you praying? Were you asking for divine guidance? Right? Divine guidance. Were you asking for divine guidance? Right? And so if God helps you, no one can overcome you. Right? And if God forsakes you, who is there after him that can help you? And in God and God alone, let believers put their trust. And again, the verse emphasizes the importance of relying on divine support in all that we do, ensuring that our hard work is aligned with a higher purpose. If we go to the Torah, Psalms 127 verse 1 and 2 declares, unless the Lord builds the house, the builder's labor is in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. That's a bar, y'all. Right? I want y'all to understand that. Like that's really impactful, right? Because they say unless God builds the house, the person who's building the house is doing it in vain. Unless God watches over the city, the guards who stand and watch are watching in vain, right? In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat. So this is for my hustlers out there, right? You getting up early, you staying up late, right? Toiling for food to eat, whether it's figuratively, right? Whether it's like, I'm literally staying up late so I could make sure I'm eating, right? But think about it, right? For he grants sleep to those who he loves. And who is God loves in this particular state? It's those who trust, right? It's those who trust, right? So if you on the grind and you on your hustle and you are and you're trusting, right? You're trusting for help to come from God, then ultimately, right? Ultimately, you're building the house, you're co-creating, right? You're in co-creation mode, right? You're co-creating with God, right? And so this passage highlights the futility of effort without divine blessing. Meaning, the honorable Kanye West once said, "When you try hard, that's when you die hard." Right? When you try hard, that's when you die hard. Like, why is it? Right? If hard work alone, right? If hard work alone was what got us to abundance, which got us to the next level, then everybody who had 2 or 3 jobs would be rich, right? But that's not the case. Why? Because people are trying to hustle on their own, right? They're trying to hustle on their own. They're not asking for help from God, from the divine, and then wondering why nothing is working, right? And so you like effort without divine blessings and peace that comes from trusting God's plan. Right? And the law of attraction teaches us that by maintaining positive thoughts and emotions, we attract positive experiences and outcomes. right? And so again, I'll say the law of attraction teaches us that by maintaining positive thoughts and emotions, we attract a positive experience and outcome. And so this principle complements the concept of balance by encouraging us to work towards our goal in a positive mindset while trusting God, the universe, to deliver what is best for us, right? Again, going back, right, and tying this all together is that if you go, step by step, the Bible first instructs you, right, in Proverbs 16, verse 3, to commit to God in whatever you're doing and let God establish your plans, right? Get help, get assistance from God. And then the Quran tells us in Surah Al Imran, it says, if God is helping you, no one can overcome you. And if he forsakes you, who else can help you? Right? And in God alone, let believers put their trust. And so after you have done that, you have put your trust, now you in Psalms 127, verse 1 and 2 in the Torah, telling you, right? You might as well let God help you, because unless God is the one helping you, then all of the labor you're doing that in vain. Right? You staying up early, you rising up early, you staying up late, you doing all that in vain if it's not God that's giving you the instruction. And then law of attraction says, as God is giving you the instruction, right, always maintain a positive thoughts and emotions, right? Because when you maintain positive thoughts and emotions, then you attract positive experience and outcome. And how can you be negative when you was instructed by God, right? When you go through the source, right? When you go through the source, how can you be thinking negative about what God told you, right? That's why when I'm divinely led to do something that God has instructed me to do, I'm not worried about whether it's going to be successful or not, because I already know who gave me the instruction, right? And so I'll give you this quick parable, and this parable is one of a fisherman and a businessman, right? And so it says, in a quaint coastal village, there lived a fisherman named Jonah and a businessman named Tobias. So we're going to talk about Jonah and Tobias, right? There was a fisherman named Jonah and a businessman named Tobias. Jonah spent his mornings at sea, casting his net with care and returning by noon to spend time with his family and enjoy the beauty of his surroundings. He lived a simple life filled with gratitude and trust in the rhythm of nature. Tobias, who often observed Jonah's serene lifestyle, approached him one day puzzled. He said, why don't you spend more time fishing to earn more money, build a bigger boat, or even start your own company? Imagine the wealth you could accumulate, he exclaimed. Jonah smiled and replied, and what would I do after I had all that wealth? Tobias enthusiastically outlined a future where Jonah could relax, spend time with his family, and enjoy life's pleasure. But isn't that what I'm doing now? Jonah asked gently. Right? And so think about that, right? The story of Jonah and Tobias is teaching us a valuable lesson about balance, right? Jonah represents someone who has found harmony between working diligently, right, his morning at seas, right, and trusting in the flow of life, appreciating what he has and finding time for what truly matters, right? Tobias, I mean, he's well-intentioned, but he's caught up in the endless cycle of more, right? Missing the essence of balance and contentment. He always wants more. I want more. I want more. I want more. Missing the essence of balance and contentment, right? And so as we conclude, as we conclude, I want us to think about, as we navigate the demands of our daily lives, right? Because life is going to demand of us a lot, right? Right. So as we navigate the demands of our daily lives, I want us to strive for harmony, that exemplified by Jonah, right? Let's work diligently. Yes, I'm not saying be lazy, right? I'm not saying be lazy. I want us to work diligently, but also remember to pause. Also remember to reflect. Also remember to trust in God's guidance that is surrounded by you, right? It's surrounded by us. And then by embracing this balance, right? By embracing this balance, we open ourselves to a life deeper to satisfaction, peace, and fulfillment, right? And one of our previous abundance churches, we talked about the TLC song, right? Don't go chasing waterfalls, right? Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to, right? And this reminds me of that, right? Is that these people who don't have balance, who are also always chasing for more, they don't have this balance that comes out of life, and so they just keep chasing waterfalls, right? They just keep chasing waterfalls instead of sticking to the lakes and the rivers that you're used to. If you stuck to the lake and the river, you have enough water, you have enough substance, you have enough. Right? And God is not going to lead you away from the rivers and the lake, because guess what? It's the same source. It's the same source. It's just that the waterfall looks bigger, right? More. The waterfall looks bigger. There's more people vying for the attention of the waterfall. But ultimately, right? Ultimately, we have to understand that we need to get our instructions from God and God alone. All right, y'all. That is my Abundance Church. That is our sermon for today. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Instagram, I'm gonna cut it off now because I'm gonna attend to my people on the Abundance community. We got a Zoom going on right now, and so we're gonna cut it off. But today's message was about harmony and hustle, trusting divine guidance in our pursuit of balance. If you do want to join us, you could definitely join us. Go to abundancecommunity.org. Join the Abundance community, and then once you get inside of the app, you'll see us talking about it, and you could just join the conversation right now as it happening. IG, I love you. I'll see y'all later. I'll save this for later as well. But I gotta attend to the Abundance community. Again, go to abundancecommunity.org and join the conversation there. And then let me just share this real quick. And I'm gonna tag people, invite as a collaborator. Let me just do that real quick. And I'm gonna invite the Abundance community. There we go. Done. I'm gonna share that. Right. So I'm sharing that on there. And then YouTube, I appreciate y'all. But this also is where your ride stops, right? The last stop. What they say? Stand clear of the closing doors. Now YouTube, come join us. Go to abundancecommunity.org, abundancecommunity.org if you want to join us. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And then come on the inside so we